Hi everybody, welcome to Watch It or Don't. I'm Tom with Matt and Dan, and we are continuing on with our third day in our Bond week leading up to Spectre.
Woo.
And today we're going to be talking about which Bond movie is the best Bond movie.
Yeah.
And
There's been 20, this would be 24 with Spectre coming out.
Yep.
We haven't seen Spectre yet, so we can't judge that. It could be the best, you never know. But I will go first. I'm kicking it off with a very obvious one, I feel like. Most people say this is the best Bond film, and I agree with them. Goldfinger, 1965, I think it came out, 64?
I think 65 is my
pick. Sure. Obviously, was it the second or third Bond movie?
It's the third.
It's the third. It's the quintessential classic James Bond movie. Sean Connery. Every image you have of classic James Bond is from this movie. You have, a great villain. You have the great cars.
Great henchman.
Great henchman. You have the iconic shot of the woman just bathed in gold, which kind of comes from the title of the movie.
And, of course...
what are you going to say?
I was going to say, and of course, the greatest Bond song, as we already covered,
right.
Goldfinger.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, and like most classic Bond films, a girl's name that's very interesting is Miss Pussy Galore.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's not much more to be said about Goldfinger. It's just the best... I think it's the best Bond movie of all time.
Mm-hmm. It really sets the template.
Every Bond movie since then has tried to emulate what Goldfinger has done.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I disagree a little bit, and that's just because I really, really, really love Casino Royale.
Okay.
That was, again, coming off the Pierce Brosnan weird ones in the 90s. You got just this in-your-face, really cool action movie. I think Daniel Craig is the greatest, and it's definitely a reinvention. And while obviously it's the same movie series, it's different, and it's just a movie I like watching more. Daniel Craig, Ava Green are fantastic, and it was so much. It was the first time I really, really cared about watching James Bond.
Yeah, it brought it to a modern age for sure.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. It's a half hour too long. There's like that
very
last half
true.
hour. Really
it's
brings
fitting
it
for
down
the
for
time,
me.
though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like the momentum of the movie builds so well. The first hour is great. There's so many great action sequences. Then you get to the casino, and it's really intense. It's like kind of intrigue.
Freaking Mads Mikkelsen.
Right. And then as soon as he gets tortured, I don't know if it's not really spoiled, but it's been out for 10 years.
Yeah, you get no passes on that one.
The scene where he gets tortured is great. And as soon as that is over, there's another 45 minutes of this movie trying to explain this love story. It just did not work for me. They could have done that early in the movie or just cut the entire thing altogether.
It definitely went on too long.
And that's one of the things that ties into the whole, this first movie kind of is like a trilogy, and I bring that up because a lot of people hate Quantum of Solace, and that is the bridge, if you will, that leads into those three. It's three films in one.
Spectre, though?
This will be the first one now that, because these first three movies with Daniel Craig are setting up this new James Bond, if you will.
I know what you mean.
Now everything will be, thanks, we got that all covered.
Right.
Because at the end of Skyfall, we see a new characters in locked positions, if you will.
To be fair, Quantum of Solace is not as bad as everyone thinks it is.
I'm trying to give it more credit by saying it's a part of three films. That's important.
Matt, what's your favorite then?
So I'm not gonna lie, Goldfinger is the quintessential one. It's the template that sets them all. But I will say, and people are gonna hate me for this, I'm sure, I love The Man with the Golden Gun.
Oh, they're totally gonna hate you, man.
I mean, you get Christopher Lee, who is a great actor to be a Bond villain. He's got an amazing weapon, which is a golden gun that he makes out of random things he has in his pockets. The henchman, it's no odd job, but we have a midget named Knick Knack, also entertaining.
Roger Moore is Bond at that time.
Roger Moore is Bond.
1974-ish?
I don't know, I don't want to get pigeonholed into it. I don't want to be that wrong. But it's a nice tie-in with Live and Let Die. But it's a little more goofier. Unfortunately, everything after that goes way too goofy. It's the right amount of goofy Man with a Golden Gun, and that's prime Roger Moore.
It was one of the first Bond movies I saw as a kid, so I do like it.
It is good. I think the first one I ever saw was Goldfinger, and I think the first Roger Moore one I saw was... Then there's a little tie-in to Live and Let Die, so if you get the chance to watch them, watch Live and Let Die before Man with a Golden Gun, so you're in on a joke.
Yeah, so I think we covered the basics. I think
Yeah.
other good ones. I really like From Russia with Love. I just feel like it's very classic.
Right.
See, for me, Dr. No is like the first one. It's
Right.
great. But
Yeah.
Dr. No and From Russia with Love, they're kind of slow.
They are.
And then they
They are
figure
slow.
out what they're doing in Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Other good ones. I mean, you mentioned Live and Let Die.
Mhm.
It's not bad. The Timothy Dalton ones are very underrated, I feel like.
Yeah, I think they are. There's some like things where you just kind of,
You have to
shake
look-
your
look
head.
past, yeah.
Sledding in a cello case.
And
That's a little odd.
I think
but
my second favorite might be Goldeneye from
Okay.
1995, the first Pierce Brosnan one.
Mhm.
The good Pierce Brosnan
that, that's his only good one.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
be real.
But it's same director as Casino Royale, actually.
Mhm.
Is it?
Martin Campbell directed both.
Had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Anyway, there's a lot of Bond movies. We're
Right.
hoping that...
Can I sneak in one more
yeah,
shout
go
out?
for it.
It's terrible, but I love it because of Christopher Walken, A View to a Kill. He's actually a great Bond villain, but his whole premise and the plot of the film is terrible. So I wish they would have cast him in a better movie because he's amazing. as
To
a
be
Bond
fair,
villain.
Matt would happily watch Christopher Walken sitting in a pile of dog poop.
No, he's crazy and is perfect as a Bond villain, as the way he should be.
Yeah, okay, man.
Anyway, we gotta go. Hoping you're enjoying this Bond week. Tomorrow on the docket we have a review of Skyfall, which is the last James Bond movie before we do Spectre. So stick around for that. Anyway, we gotta go or watch it or don't. Be sure to subscribe for more content, and we'll see you next time.